Hey Aquarius, hey friends, how are you doing? I don't know if you're feeling very flirty and playful. I think this reading's going up on Christmas Day, is it? Because it's Monday the 20th, so I think Friday's the 25th. So Merry Christmas if you're celebrating. Hi! Did Santa come? Did Santa bring you everything you wanted? Did you sit on his lap? I don't know why I'm so flirty. I'm sorry. I don't know what's happening. Let's get you a song because yeah, I need a change of direction right now. Right. Okay. Aquarius. Christmas Day. What do you have for Aquarius, please? What can I say? Oh my god, no wonder I felt so flirty. What can I say? What can I say? You put me in the mood. Your silly face, your dirty hair, and fucked up attitude. You are no good for me, and I want to make sure you know I know. I know, I know. One look from you could feel just like a touch. How do you know me so damn well? Am I that obvious? Sometimes I wonder how far you'd let me go. Because who in the world doesn't like some things a little bad for their heart? You could be tearing me apart, but baby, you know I would fall 1,000 times just to build you one more time. Live in the dying weather, falling and flying, baby. I would fall 1,000 times just to be there for the climb. Up in the sunset, or we're crashing and burning, baby. So what can I say by Taylor Parks? Yeah, okay, very flirty. What have you been drinking? Have you had too much eggnog this Christmas? You're getting a bit saucy, you're getting a bit spicy. Right, Aquarius. Christmas Day for Aquarius. Oh, that's so special. Mary Magdalene. That's so funny because that was the card that was underlying between the two cards that I was talking about in Capricorn's reading. It was, they had, what was it? Archangel Zachiel, Thoth, and then I don't think I pulled it out on the reading, but Mary Magdalene kept looking at me. I feel like she's judging me. And Melchizedek, spiritual development, study, and law of attraction. That's giving me kind of Saturn energy. You have got Saturn knocking around your chart, so learning some lessons. Mary Magdalene. Okay, Aquarius, I know what I'm talking about today in your reading. Divine feminine devotion, sacred sexuality. A common thread that I've been picking up on in your readings for a while is redefining female sexuality, and understanding that as humans, the stories we tell, the stories we've told for millennia, right, are have always had two main characters, two main female archetypes. You either have the angel, the virgin, pure, honest, sweet, innocent, naive, or you have the whore. You have the Lady Macbeth. You have the evil, controlling, conniving, backstabbing, like, I don't know, sleeping around evil queen. You're either the princess or the evil queen if you're a woman in like the history of literature. So if you think of the Cordelia from King Lear or the Lady Macbeth, they're kind of, for me, the two main archetypes of kind of who you can be as a woman in literature. But women aren't like that. Women are somewhere in between. So I actually think that, sorry, I have to go, never reach shredded wheat. Eastern stories, kind of like if you look at like Buddhism and no, not Buddhism so much, sorry, Hinduism. Hinduism has some amazing goddesses, and they are honored. I think, is it Shaktism, has the divine feminine as the highest divinity. So honoring the feminine and understanding that everybody's made of both light and shadow, everybody's somewhere in between. Nobody's a Vestal Virgin or, you know, Aphrodite. Like, everybody's kind of like somewhere in the middle. And owning female sexuality and understanding that a female who owns her sexuality is not necessarily inviting you to do what you want with her. So I don't know why I'm saying this like the way that I'm saying it. It's I don't know where you are in this reading. I don't know who you are in this reading. I don't know what your attitude towards women is. You could be the person saying, you know, feminism woo, which probably, Aquarius, probably your feminism woo. But I don't know if you've been dealing with somebody who has a very black and white idea of what a woman should be, but this is definitely an ongoing theme for you. So Mary Magdalene, you know, if you look at the Marys of the Bible and the different stories that are told of them, there's different angles on that. You know, there is the Mary. What is Mary? See, I'm not good at this, right? I get confused. I get confused by people who have different names. I call them the same names, right? So having 4 Marys in the Bible is basically, I don't know which one's which. But I know there's something about this Mary that washed Jesus's feet and wrapped his feet with her hair, and apparently she was like a whore or something. I don't like using that word. I'm just using that word because it's the word that's normally used when people talk about these things. So again, what does that word mean? You know, is that a fair word to use? So there's a lot of, we can go really down the rabbit hole here, if you pardon the pun. And look at things from a lot of different angles, and there's no real right and wrong. There's a lot of black and white and grey area. But yeah, I think, you know, you can look at the patriarchy, who historically, I'm a literature student. My degree is humanities, so what people did, what people made, what people wrote, why they wrote it. And I've got specialisms in English literature and classical studies, so Shakespeare, you know, Greek, Roman. A lot of what we have, a lot of the writing that we have is written by men. Probably about 90% of it historically, 95% of it, 99% of it is written by men. So you have the odd woman that pops up, like Sappho, and we're not 100% sure that she was definitely a woman, I don't think. You know, it could be a man writing in a woman's voice, but yeah, most of the writing historically was done by men. So you do get this kind of black and white attitude to women. You do get this, a lot of what was written, it was written to demonstrate certain morals, to keep society running a certain way. So before contraception was invented, there was a lot of stuff written about the way women should behave, because men were really concerned about the legitimacy of the children. So yeah, there's a lot that we can go into there. And yeah, I don't know, Mary Magdalene. So honouring the feminine, what does honouring the feminine look like to you? If you identify as feminine, as a woman, are you really embracing your feminine side? I mean, I think so. With that song, Taylor Park's interlude, it's like, you put me in the mood. What can I say? What can I say? You put me in the mood. So yes, somebody's probably got you feeling really hot, really feminine. You know, sometimes it takes a divine masculine to bring out your inner feminine. So I don't know, somebody's feeling very sexy, they want to express that side of themselves perhaps, or has somebody like this caught your eye? As a symbol of the divine feminine, I mean, to me this is goddess Venus, like the same energy, just like how I was talking about the same kind of divine masculine energy in Capricorn's reading of kind of like Thoth and Hades and Pluto. And there's an equivalent in Shaktiism as well, who's like the same kind of god. And like how Mary Magdalene, this kind of like embodiment of the feminine, is also, if you look at Venus Aphrodite, but the Roman version, she was this feminine mother goddess, you know, the goddess of sexuality, and there was a real purpose for that. She was, you know, depicted as being almost like the archetype of the perfect Roman female from high society, who was very sensual, and she knew how to use her feminine charms to further her husband's political gain, right? She hosted parties and things like this. So just very interesting, like different cultures and how they treat this energy, whether they support it and you know, they promote it, or whether they suppress it. Oh God, I could talk to you about this subject in Augustan literature for so long. As a symbol of the divine feminine in our modern times, and the patron saint of penitent sinners, sex workers, sexual temptation, women and hairdressers, the jury is still very much out on exactly who Mary Magdalene was in her human life. I just want to say there's a difference between sex workers, which is the politically correct term that I support using, and the WH word, which I was using to emphasize a point in the attitude in literature. That is not my attitude, right? I would never call someone that. Okay, that is not my attitude. It's me expressing the attitude of early modern and like classical literature, to emphasize the point. But sex workers is the correct term to use. And it's a job, right? It's the oldest job. Respect. The jury is still very much out on exactly who Mary Magdalene was in her human life. While most will agree she was a disciple of Jesus, many disagree about her background. Was she a prostitute filled with demons or a priestess of Isis? And do you know what? Nobody gets to fecking judge her anyway. She gets to do what she wants to do. If she, you know, and there's a question as well. Did she have opportunities to make different choices, or was she forced into a certain line of work due to the society and the patriarchy around her? There's a lot of questions we can ask about this character, right? Was she simply a beloved apostle, or was she Jesus's lover, wife, and mother to his child? This mystery is part of the magic that she offers us. One thing is for certain, Mary Magdalene will be whoever she needs you to be. No, what does that say? Mary Magdalene will be whomever she needs to be for you. Whoa, whoa. Okay, embody and embrace your divine feminine power. Surrender to the mystery of the divine and the magic of life. Follow the wisdom of your own heart above all else. Yesterday, I posted a video to Twitter that I was like, whoa. And it was, to me, it was very much this kind of energy. And it was the singer Halsey. And she'd performed her song Lilith in a bathtub. The music video was her in a bathtub. She's recently given birth. She's had a baby. She's still got you know, a little bit of a swollen stomach, and she was in her underwear in a dirty bathtub, full face of makeup, hairy armpits, and she was the embodiment of the feminine for me. You know, this mother who was sexy and did not give a shit. I was like, queen, you scare me, but queen, I love you. So for me, that's very much the embodiment of this energy. I just thought, I love her. I love that attitude of, this is me, this is my body. I feel like a woman. I feel beautiful, I feel powerful, I am gonna scare you with it. It's like, I was just blown away. I thought she was incredible. But yeah, very much that kind of energy for me. Right, Aquarius, what are we gonna have for you? That is too much. Temperance? Are you holding back? Are you tempted? Right, let's see. Wheel of Fortune. Are you feeling lucky? Moving on to calmer waters. Facing something, moving into calmer waters, but it's unknown territory to you, so there's some fear around it. What's going on in I nearly said Cappy then. Aquarius's thoughts. New love coming in, yeah. Or you've got the hots for somebody, or somebody's got the hots for you. They're giving me, I got the hots for you, ba 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 da da. Waiting for it to come in. Made a decision, waiting for the right time. Do you see the energy of these cards? They are flying, hanging around, trying to see something from a different perspective. Not feeling like you're all tied up. But feeling like you're all tied up is giving you a different view on a situation. I'm being reminded of... I've got an article on it. If I can find it, I'm going to put it in the description box down below. I wrote a piece on, I can't remember her name. It's really bothering me. Basically, the very famous statue of Aphrodite that we know, where she's kind of lost her arms, but she's got this amazing figure, right? It's like this bust of Aphrodite. It was modelled on Aphrodite coming out of the ocean. It's the same image that Botticelli has in that very famous painting of her. That kind of like, you know, slightly demure, sort of covering herself up, but also drawing attention to her nakedness. it's probably one of the most iconic pieces of art in human history. It was actually modelled, the story goes, it was modelled on this courtesan of ancient Greece, and she was very famous and she was very spirited and she had a huge amount of power, right? She used her femininity to hold her position in society. So she was a very accomplished courtesan. And this sculptor sculpted this very famous statue based on her. And apparently, I believe they made two. One of them was slightly more covered up, and one of them was more naked and revealing. And I want to say it was Crete, but I'm not 100% sure. The artist offered this island the first choice, which statue do you want? And they took the one that was more covered up, and so the second one, the one that was more revealing, went to this other island. I can't remember which island it was. I'm gonna have to look up my own article because my brain's like a sponge, like you give it one squeeze and I lose all the information. But the more risque statue, the one that was the first island was like, no, that's too revealing, that's not proper. It went to this other island, but because it was so exotic and exciting, it actually became like a tourist destination, and this island got very, very rich because everybody was coming to see this naked statue of Aphrodite. And this courtesan was amazing because she just had this attitude. She was like very funny, and she could offend people and compliment them at the same time. And she waltzed into this guy's I think this artist said, you can have whatever you want, and she said, what's the most expensive? And he said, that one. And she was like, I'll take that one then. Something like this. So yeah, she was very accomplished. And then this statue is basically modelled on her body, and she would do the same thing as well. I think it was like at the Bacchanal. She everybody used to run down into the beach to go swimming, and she came out of the ocean naked like Aphrodite, and it's like all the men's jaws dropped. So again, with this Mary Magdalene energy coming in, it just made me think of that. Right, okay. I feel like we've got a weird spillover from Capricorn's reading, excuse me, as well. With this, because you've literally got this girl here who's like the muse, the model, standing there naked so people can draw her. You can't be a muse and be happy too, according to Lana Del Rey. So what have you got? You've got the Wheel of Fortune and the Moon. So most of the action is happening in your emotions here. That's where the major arcana is. The Wheel of Fortune is good luck coming in, a new cycle, a more fortunate phase of your life coming in, feeling this coming in, wanting this. This feeling of wanting to move forward, wanting to leave like choppy waters behind or any difficulties behind, to move to a place where it's smooth sailing. But the path unknown is the path ahead is unknown here with this Moon card. You don't really know where life is taking you. You feel movement. You feel like you're moving into a luckier cycle, but you're facing the unknown, and there's going to be some fears that come along with that. The Moon card is also a card about illusion, so we'll clarify that in a moment. In your thoughts, you are thinking or fantasizing a lot about somebody here. The Ace of Cups in your thoughts is this is new feelings. The Queen of Wands is either somebody that you're very attracted to, like this Mary Magdalene character. It's like the embodiment of femininity, right? Somebody who's confident in her own skin, probably looks good, probably feels good, probably knows what she wants and knows how to get it. If it's not somebody that you're attracted to, this is you feeling confident, feeling like you're in this Mary Magdalene energy of kind of, I'm owning my body, I'm owning my flesh, I'm owning my flaws, I'm making them, because she's, technically flawed. I mean, beauty's in the eye of the beholder, but she's got that skin feature, I'm just trying to use my words carefully, where people have like Michael Jackson did, like the white and dark spots. I can never think of the word for it. I always think alopecia, but that's hair. So, she owns the uniqueness of her body and she makes it beautiful. So it's like being aware that perfection's an illusion, and Real attractiveness, real magneticness comes from being comfortable in your own skin, owning your body, and that confidence is attractive no matter what nature gave you, right? I want to say as well though, the Queen of Wands, if you were, again, there's a lot of bad stuff written about women like this. You know, the patriarchy doesn't like empowered sexy women. You know, it's like shut it down. You know, let's say bad stuff about her. Let's you know, do a smear campaign on this person. You know, we'll say she's after everybody's husbands, and you know that everybody will hate her. We'll say she's a witch. We'll burn her at the stake. You know, it's like, how do we get rid of this this empowered woman? The patriarchy doesn't like the empowered woman, right? But she's loyal. She's holding a sunflower, the symbol of loyalty, but she's independent, and people don't like that, you know. So whether this is you or somebody that you're attracted to or somebody that you're learning from, I don't know, but this person's in your thoughts. And then waiting for your ships to come in, having made a decision, possibly traveling here with these two cards. The Three of Pentacles in your action space shows me there's some kind of collaboration. So you could be attracted to somebody you've met at work. This says that everybody has something unique to bring to the table. Some people are really good at doing the paperwork. Some people are really good at doing the finances. Some people are really good at coming up with ideas and, you know, visionary kind of energy. Some people are really good at being a muse. Do I amuse you? Am I a clown? People working together to create something, people bringing different talents to the table to make something successful, to create a piece of art in some kind of shape or form. There's some kind of slow or steady progress forward here. This is the person who, again, like feeling a spillover from Capricorn's reading because they had this card. The person who makes sure things are done properly. They make sure that the T's are crossed and the I's are dotted. They make, you know, they read the fine print. They do things properly and they make steady progress, right? Steady, balanced, dependable progress. It's like doing things the right way, not rushing into things. And then you end up with the King of Cups here in your action space. So this is either you or somebody showing up in your action space. So the King of Cups is somebody who has very deep emotions. Feel like you're definitely dealing with a Capricorn, or you're on the cusp, because you've got some similar cards here, some similar energies. I feel like this kind of collaboration energy is like you, a Capricorn, and somebody else. But this King of Cups is like deep emotions, really deep feelings, a lot of love, but not necessarily showing it. The King of Cups doesn't wear his heart on his sleeve. He keeps his feelings to himself, right? So right in the middle of your reading, Mary Magdalene, Queen of Wands, sexy. Could be a Leo that you're dealing with, or a Sagittarius. Knight of Pentacles. Is this in reverse? It's on the floor. Knight of Pentacles in reverse. And then what's this? Eight of Swords. Which way? Okay, talking about collaboration energy. I want to say, whoever this is, whatever this energy represents to you, there's a feeling of being very stuck. This person perceives themselves as like having the hands tied or being trapped in some sort of way. They can't do what they want to do. And I want to say the reason why they can't do what they want to do is because they're probably not good with money. They're probably perhaps not very practical. The Queen of Wands is a creative energy. They're spontaneous. They do things because it feels good. There's not necessarily a lot of planning that goes into what the Queen of Wands does. So the Queen of Wands is more likely, this feels good, let's go with it. This opportunity's here, let's go through that door. Not necessarily the planner. Where the Knight of Pentacles, which is Virgo energy, is very much like, how do we do this? What's the plan here? How do we get from A to B? Like the Queen of Wands is like, I want to go to that castle and I'm going to get on this horse and go there. Where this person's like, oh, wait a minute, have you packed your sandwiches? You know, have you thought about how you're going to like pay, you know, where are you going to stay? It's going to take you 3 days to get to that castle. So have you got money to like stay in a hotel, like in an inn on the way? Yeah, she's not very practical, which is what I want to say. Again, I'm not getting a strong sense of who you are in this reading. You could be the Queen of Wands, you could be this King of Cups, you could be this Knight of Pentacles, I don't know. But there's like 3 energies because it's collaboration. So it's like whoever this Knight of Pentacles energy is, because we're talking about this 3 of Pentacles, right? I want to say that the Queen of Wands is the muse. Again, could be Sagittarius. You know, she gets everybody excited. She gets everybody fired up for something. It's like, let's go and do that thing. That feels great. Yeah, great idea. Woo! But then these other energies are like, right, how do we do it? Right, let's slow down. Just sit there for a second. Let's think about how we're going to do this in a practical way. Because this person's not the Knight of Pentacles. Where here it's like collaboration with the Knight of Pentacles. So this person's stuck because they know what they want to do. They've got a lot of passion. They don't know how they're going to do it. Somebody knows how to do it. I'm really uncomfortable. Maybe me shifting around is like indicative of this Queen of Wands energy, because it's a restless energy. So tell me about the Knight of Pentacles then. The Knight of Pentacles knows what to do, right? Yeah, could definitely be a Virgo or someone with strong Virgo in the chart. Deep soul searching, really having to think about things, really coming up with a solid plan. This person may like to work alone. Even though you've got collaboration here, this may be the sort of person who they'd like to go away and think, right? They need time and space and quiet to come up with a plan. It's like, just like, you go over there, let me go over here, let me get the itinerary ready. But it is deep soul searching. Again, the Cappy reading ended with this person who was doing something based on a period of soul searching where they'd really connected with their emotions and they knew they were making an emotional choice. So I am seeing a connection there. What's the Wheel of Fortune, please, for Aquarius? Here's the counterpart to the Queen of Wands. So Aquarius, I feel like whoever you are, however you identify, he, she, they, you are feeling very fired up about something. You feel like you want to take the lead in something. You feel a very strong magnetic pull towards a certain person. Now, it doesn't have to be sexual, although probably. It could also be just, you know, that, like I was saying, like that Queen of Wands, she can fire everybody up. It can be like, let me sell this idea to you. We're gonna get in the car. We're gonna go to the lake. We're gonna see if it's frozen. We're gonna go and skate on the lake. It's gonna be great. Then we're gonna build a campfire. And you're like, yeah, that sounds great. It's that kind of energy. It's like really fired up, really impulsive, really wanting to do something. But there is this feeling of you. It's like some of you want to go and get lucky, right? But there is this feeling of like trying to harness it, trying to pull back, trying to temper it, trying to keep it to yourself, trying to get control of whatever this fired up energy is. Now, the Two of Pentacles shows me you're being pulled in 2 different directions. Your practical things, you know, the things that you have to do, and your ideas, your dreams, your fantasies. So you feel like you're juggling your desires and what needs to be done. Again, so this could be you. This could be 2 sides of the self, the fired up side and then the actual practical, you know, things that you have to do, your responsibilities, the day-to-day that's showing up in your reality space at the bottom here. But the Wheel of Fortune, that's a strong energy and it doesn't come out very often. I've been seeing it a lot this week, but normally the Wheel of Fortune is probably one of the cards that comes out the least for me. So if it's showing for you, it's like, let's come back out again. If it's showing for you, it's very exciting. It's a new phase of your life. It's something that feels like it's meant for you. It feels fortunate. It feels like a really good opportunity. No wonder you're so excited about it, right? It's a once in a lifetime type of card. And you've got this Ace of Cups in your thoughts. So, oh my gosh. Really funny. King of Cups. So you're going from the Ace of Cups to the King of Cups. So either you have made a new emotional connection or a new, there's new emotions regarding this King of Cups. So whether this is you being in a very, very loving energy where you have deep, deep emotions, deep feelings, and I don't mean just like it's almost like you meet someone and there's an instant connection. You meet somebody and you know that this person's going to be in your life for a long, long time, right? It's like a fortunate turn of events, and then all of a sudden this person's in your life and you're like, it feels like I've known you forever, right? It's like 0 to 60. Or this is somebody coming into your life and it's like they are a King of Cups. They're somebody who's very nurturing, very deep. They have deep, deep emotions. They do that deep soul searching. They really know themselves emotionally, but they don't necessarily communicate it, right? They don't wear the heart on the sleeve. They operate from an emotional place, but they're very mature. So they don't always tell people what they're feeling. It's not that they're bottling things up. It's more like it's a need to know basis. So whoever this is, whether this is you or somebody that you're connecting with, this isn't, I mean, this is sex, but this is love. Or this is passion, I want to say, and this is love. This is fire, this is emotion. But there's this, it's almost like, this is feeling a bit like guilt, right? It's like, this new person's been brought into my life. Like, whatever the connection is, whether it's sexual or not, like, I feel a magnetic draw to them. I feel like fate has brought me to this person. I feel like, you know, this person's so fun and so freeing and, like, it's just liberating and, like, confident, and they make me feel good. Like, it's just like, this person's meant to be in your life, or, you know, vice versa, but it's coming in with, like, right person, wrong time or something. It's, somebody's really in the head about it. So figuring out, I mean, it's like very sure of what you feel for each other, I want to say, but there's this, it's like the practical side or something, or like figuring out what this means. Like, I know what I feel, like my feelings are clear, but what does this mean? What do I do with this? So there's this thinking it through, figuring it out energy, which is you mean, the hanged one, Aquarian energy, looking at things from a different perspective, figuring it out, really looking at things from all different angles. You know, because you have feelings, you don't necessarily have to act on them. You know, what are you going to do with that? What's the Three of Pentacles? 10 of Pentacles. Yeah, no, this feels like it could be work or family, some kind of collaborative energy, where there's finances or responsibilities or tangible, like, skills. This is like very practical. It's in your action space. It's the day-to-day, working together, collaboration, working in harmony with each other, each bringing different skills to the table. So this could be like you, your family, your home life, your workplace. But it's very positive. Whatever this is, like, you, on a practical, tangible level, it's good, it's firm, it's solid, it's dependable, it's comfortable, it's secure. Six of Swords. What's this emotional moving on? There's disappointment. There's a feeling of loss, a feeling of lack, a feeling of something didn't work out, which is strange because you're going from the Wheel of Fortune into this feeling of loss, this feeling of moving on, this feeling of disappointment. It could be that you're fine, like work, family, you know, you're stable, you're solid, you're good, and then this person enters your life that feels like they're meant to be in your life, like emotionally, emotions and passions going like from 0 to 60, and yet you know that it could be that you can't. Again, it's this feeling of, I know how this person makes me feel, but it's the right person at the wrong time. Like, I'm really good where I am. I want this person to be in my life. I feel like they're meant to be in my life. I feel a really good energy with them. And yet, it just feels like it's not the right time. It's like maybe next lifetime, right? So moving on, but there is this feeling of disappointment with it. It's this feeling of, the universe brought me a gift and I can't have it right now. So why would the universe do that? Why would the universe bring this person into my life that feels like they're for me, showing me like a big bow, when I didn't need them. Like, why would the universe do that? So with this logic, with this analytical mind of yours, it's like, because Saturn's in my chart, and Saturn is the planet of learning tough lessons, and clearly there's a lesson for me to learn in this, that yes, this person was brought into my life for a reason. Clearly I'm not meant to be with them because I'm good over here. So what are they teaching me? What is this connection teaching me? There's like a gold mine here that's going to be like soul lessons. Right, okay. Knight of Pentacles. Did I ask about the Knight of Pentacles? Defensive. I don't know. I can't remember if I asked about that, but there's some kind of defensiveness about the action you're taking. What's the moon in Aquarius's emotions? Crossroads. Capricorn had the same card in the same place, but it was in reverse. You're moving forward, you're moving on, but you're moving into unknown waters, right? Uncharted territory. So there is fear and confusion, fear of illusion. Am I deceiving myself here? I don't know which path to take. We'll get advice at the end of the reading. Three of Wands. Again, this feeling of I've made a decision, but I don't know. I've made a decision to move on, but I don't know how I'm going to move on. How am I going to cross these waters? So thinking about that. It's funny. Capricorn had the same card, but they had it in reverse. It's so weird, this, how your two readings are talking to each other. I've made a decision to stick with this Three of Pentacles, Ten of Pentacles energy. So wife, mother, boss, whether this is you or somebody that you're connected with, I'm making a decision to stick with my stability, to stick with the long-term plan, to stick with what I know, what I'm familiar with, to stick with my stable situation where I'm investing my time, my money, my resources, and you know, I'm nurturing people, I'm being nurtured by people, because where you are on a practical level is really good. It's like you've got everything you need, right? You've got food on your table, you've got a roof over your head, you've got a comfortable place to sleep. So this thing has come into your life that's got you really fired up, really emotional, really like, whoa. And yet you're good where you are, so you're sticking with where you are. So I don't know what the uncharted waters is. Perhaps it is a case of, okay, there's a side of myself that I've accessed here. There's you know, I'm now in this King of Cups energy and this King of Wands energy, or King and Queen, whatever, you know, she, he, they. I'm now in this energy of unlocking a part of my nature. Perhaps it's that flirty part of your nature, you know, like, you put me in the mood, how are you doing? That I kind of came into your reading with. It's like, what am I going to do with this? Like, this side of myself, these feelings, this passionate part of my nature that I've unlocked, that I've again, it's like unlocking part of the map. I keep seeing people making jokes about that on Twitter. Like, I'm unlocked part of my life map here. So maybe it's a case of, okay, well, I like this part of myself. I like this version of myself. I like these feelings. How do I take these feelings and apply them into my existing situation? King of Cups. Because she's just a muse, Mary Magdalene. You know, she's just inviting you to explore a part of yourself that you've perhaps repressed or felt like it wasn't okay, or, you know, it wasn't who you were. Mary Magdalene is like, I'm coming in to make you feel certain things and unlock that part of yourself. You know, she's the muse, she's inspirational. So again, just like that statue of Aphrodite, you know, it's inspired, you know, the statue inspired Botticelli's incredibly famous painting, The Birth of Venus, right? you know, you can look at these paintings, you can look at this classical artwork and feel certain things. And so there's something here about how art, or how inspirational or potential energy can bring out a certain side of yourself that you've neglected or repressed or haven't explored properly. And now you're exploring it, and that's a really good thing. King of Cups, Two of Swords, but you just feel like you can't, right? It feels like, all right, it's like this new character. So imagine like we play different characters in different places in our lives, you know, the wife or the husband at home, you know, the boss or the colleague at work, you know, we have a telephone voice, we have a sexy bedroom voice. It's like we have all these different parts of ourselves, all these different roles that we play. And, you know, that's fine. That's part of being human. That's part of getting along with other humans. And it's like you've got this new character, right? Suddenly it's like you're this new person. And it's like, well, what do I do with this? But then you're still in that same environment where you're expected to play a certain role, right? People are expecting a certain character from you. So how do you express that part of yourself in a place where a role is already expected of you? And that's the conundrum that you're facing here. Garden. Something lovely will grow from this. If you feel like somebody was brought into your life by a reason, if you feel like fate brought you together with someone, if somebody is meant for you, right? It's like, I want to say it's all positive vibes. Like the way this connection is showing for me, there's nothing negative about it. There's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing, it's all just feelings, right? And the feelings feel good. So it's like, you know, this is not a reading where people are running around having affairs. This is not a reading where, you know, people are breaking commitments. It's a reading of acknowledging that we're human, acknowledging that people are brought into our lives for a reason, acknowledging that we feel certain things, and that it's any interaction with anyone else is really just teaching us soul growth and soul lessons. So what we do with that matters. Like we all feel all sorts of weird things, like, and it's okay. There's no point beating ourselves up for it. So how do we turn it into something that's beneficial, something that helps us grow? And something lovely will grow from this. Either we sit around and dwell on our pain, or we learn how to grow something lovely out of it. Ready or not, it's time for the next chapter of your life. Do the thing you feel you most need to do in order to aid your healing, even if it feels selfish. Sometimes it needs to be a little selfish in order for it to work in the long run. Or worry about focusing on you for now. I think the character that you're unlocking is either the Queen of Wands or the King of Cups, or a mix of both, right? The feminine and the masculine. Love and passion. And it feels new to you. There's just some anxiety over figuring it out, right? There's anxiety over, how do I incorporate this in my life? How do I bring more of this into my day-to-day? So yeah, you're okay. You're good. You're doing, like, this is high vibrational. I want to say it's really, really good. It's really, really positive. There's nothing wrong with this reading. It's very mature. And yeah, it's good. It's really good. All right, I hope that was helpful to you, Aquarius. Do take care of yourselves. I hope you're enjoying your Christmas. I assume I'm going to get like 0 views on this. Maybe there's going to be one person who's having a bad Christmas who's going to sneak away to like the garden shed and watch my reading or something. I don't know. Hi. Hi. I hope you enjoyed the reading. Leave me a like, subscribe if you haven't already. Very much appreciated. And I hope Santa brings you everything that you were hoping for. All right. Take care. Bye-bye.